If you're a coach, course seller, or educational creator and you're stuck trying to create overcomplicated funnels and systems and you feel like you're going nowhere, then this video might just save you. Because in this video, I'm going to break down exactly how Cardinal Mason makes 8 figures a year with a funnel that is so simple that most people overlook it. And to do this, I spent the last week breaking down his entire funnel. I've also spoke to the main kind of growth operator behind his success, Ben Bader, and also Mason's best friend. And I've also watched hundreds of pieces of Mason's content. And today I'm going to show you exactly how he built an organic content machine that generates him hundreds of leads every single month, the nurturing rule that he uses to turn these leads into interested buyers by satisfying the 7-11-4 method, and then I'm going to show you the conversion catalyst that he uses to turn those interested leads into high-paying clients. So if you're selling any kind of information online, then this video could quite literally make you millions. So lock in, get some notes out, and let's get straight into it. So let's start with phase 1, the organic content machine. Now, Mason has built a content ecosystem where he is literally everywhere. Like, you can't go on any platform without seeing him. And he's built up so much omnipresence through doing this that you go from YouTube to TikTok to Instagram, and you will just constantly see him everywhere. He's even done podcasts. So the sheer amount of content that he produces allows him to have such a little ad spend and build real relationships with his audience. When you are literally everywhere, you don't really need ad spend, because if someone goes on Twitter, they see you. If someone goes on Instagram, they see you. If someone goes on YouTube, they see you. It's crazy. So having this level of omnipresence makes it so almost kind of inevitable that somebody will kind of get interested in your content and click on what you do and then maybe eventually buy. And really, YouTube is his main source of traffic and by far the biggest lever that he can pull to grow his coaching. Here's his channel, and as you can see, he's only got 70,000 subscribers, yet he makes more than people with 10 times more subscribers than him. And how does he do this? Well, he does this through what I call the YouTube value funnel. And this comes from the 5 stages of awareness. Now, if you don't know what these are, I'll quickly explain them. You have unaware, problem aware, solution aware, product aware, and most aware. So unaware is just people have no idea that they have a desire or a problem. Problem aware is when they have a problem, like they want to make money online, but they don't know exactly how to solve it. Solution aware is when they know the solution to their problem. So for example, SMA or copywriting, but they don't know the specific products to solve it. Product aware is when they know of the products that will do it. So they know of, for example, Mason's copywriting coaching, but they aren't convinced of how well it'll do for them, or they aren't convinced on buying it. Then most aware is when they know the product and what it does, but they haven't gotten around to purchasing it yet. So that they're very close to buying, and they're basically already a buyer. And really, Mason focuses on 3 types of this spectrum. The 3 most important areas: problem aware, solution aware, and product aware. These are the only 3 areas that you need to know if you're a coach or you're selling info online. And so he starts with problem aware videos on YouTube, targeting people that want more money or they want freedom, things like that. Then he goes to solution aware videos where he teaches, okay, you want to make money online. The solution to that problem is to do copywriting, or AI copywriting as he calls it. Then you've got product aware videos. So he just showcases what he does, his case studies and the results that he's got for himself and for other people. And I'm going to break these down really quickly. So this is why I highlighted all these things. Firstly, the grey stuff. That's just like lifestyle, general content. That's not really anything specific. But first, we'll start with problem-aware videos. And I've highlighted 3. Now, I'm sure there's plenty more on his channel if we kind of scroll down. This is just a screenshot that I've taken. But first, you've got 12 lessons from a millionaire. She makes 130k a year, writing 3 hours a day, and life-changing advice from a 20 million a year entrepreneur on a private jet. So these 3 things, they are just kind of appealing to people that want to make money online. They're not specifically appealing to a copywriter, more people that just want to make money online in general, and that's why this works so well. And then you have solution-aware videos. So 6 secrets to making 15k a month as a copywriter, how to actually make 15k a month with copywriting, advanced copywriting strategy masterclass, and then email copywriting mini course for beginners. These things are all targeting people that already know what their solution is. They already know they want to copyright, and it's helping them get further along the spectrum, helping them, giving them some value and helping them actually achieve that result. And then you have the final one, which is product aware, which is case studies. You can see here how Amanda hit 30k a month with copywriting in 4 months and how he went from broke to 22,300 a month in 7 months. So these are just examples of product aware. So they're showcasing the testimonials, the case studies, etc. And this is really everything you need to know of YouTube, because all it is figuring out what video you want to make. Is it problem aware? Is it solution aware? Is it product aware? Making a video speaking about specific pain, highlighting the results that you've got, and that's all that you really need to do. And that's the most important part to it. It's just providing that value to that person in that spectrum. And obviously then comes in the editing, the scripting, all of that. But really, you'll see hundreds of people getting hundreds of leads purely just sitting down on a camera, kind of like this, and sharing value, sharing things that they've learned, so long as they know who they're targeting and who's going to actually be watching. Because let's say that you get 100 people watching your video, but that's 100 dream qualified leads, then let's say only, 3 of them book a call. Well, if you're charging high ticket, for example, that could be something like 15k in earnings. So you really don't need a lot of views. What you need to focus on is these 3 things and providing value to the people in those 3 stages. So let's move on to short form content, which is another huge source of traffic for Mason. It allows him to capture even more attention, and the idea of this video is that eyeballs equals money. The more eyeballs you can get, the more traffic you can get to your thing, obviously the more you're going to sell of it, even if you've got half decent offer. And so Cardinal Mason is on both TikTok and Instagram. Now I was surprised when I saw that he was on TikTok, and he actually got so many followers, and I think the reason for this being is that he's, say, targeting more beginner level people who might be on TikTok. Whereas let's say we're targeting, high level business owners, entrepreneurs, we might not make TikTok videos because, why would you? Because they're probably not going to be on TikTok. They're more likely to be on Instagram. But he just repurposes both. So he just uses both on Instagram and TikTok. And that's why these things work very, very similar, because they are basically the same thing. It's basically the same content. And he uses these platforms differently compared to the average person. Instead of trying to go viral with random trends, he does what I call belief shifting content. So he focuses on purely taking somebody from belief A to belief B. That should be the whole goal of any person's content, anyone selling coaching online. You have to shift those beliefs. And he does that through authentic value-based videos, building credibility by highlighting wins and social proof, and then also showing before and after transformations. They are the 3 ways that you can build or shift belief, should I say, and get them to build beliefs that you want them to have. And then obviously that would lead to more conversions into like a high ticket program or a mid ticket program. And that is why you'll see some people that have bang average offers, bang average systems and funnels, purely because they focus on these 3 things. They focus on shifting beliefs through authentic value-based videos where they actually provide really strong value. They show that they actually know what they're talking about with wins and social proof. And they also highlight before and after transformations. And this is why it's so important to actually know what you're doing when you become a coach. You don't just become a coach when you don't know what you're doing. And he has basically a start with raw, authentic ideas. This works purely because he's charismatic and entertaining. This isn't going to work for everybody, because if you can't sit down and record something that is completely off the cuff, off the top of your head, and it's entertaining and it's actually kind of engaging, then this might not work for you. You might need more editing. But when you're someone like Mason, who has done so much content, that you get to a point where you can pick up a camera once a day, put some like small caption or tagline on it, then this makes it way easier. This is the kind of content that you can produce. Now you can still produce kind of raw, authentic content, just have a bit of a script and also have someone edit it for you, and it still works the same way. Then he also builds authority of his lifestyle, so pictures with other famous people. So if you can just get some pictures in on your Instagram that you pin with, showing kind of a bit of your lifestyle, showing who you are, that will help a lot because it kind of builds more authority. And then he uses his Instagram stories to convert this audience. So regular stories, he's literally always posting, as well as using the highlights below. So he's got the get clients and the one-on-one coaching. So it's just advice for getting copywriting clients, and this one's just showing like testimonials, results, etc. And I've got 2 examples that I've screenshotted from him in the recent days. Here's like a bit of social proof, just saying that he landed a 12k client for VSL and 6 emails. And then he also showed some testimonials of someone landing 30k a month in 3 months. So basically most of what he does on his Instagram stories is just testimonials. And if you have them, post them. If you don't, talk about your day, talk about your story, talk about basically anything that kind of relates with the viewer and shifts those beliefs. It doesn't have to be testimonials. It can be your story. It can be something you did in the day that was successful, a win that you got. It can be sharing something funny that you learned. All these things will help to shift beliefs. And let's move on to the final one, which is X or /Twitter, whatever you want to call it, and podcasts. And again, it's just more eyeballs, right? So he does X, and also as you can see here, he appears on an absolute ton of podcasts, and they just serve as what I call authority amplifiers. So if you can see him literally everywhere, it'll just further build his credibility. If somebody goes on a podcast, people tend to automatically assume that he's got some kind of authority purely because he's on a podcast. Oh, he must have some kind of knowledge. And so doing things like this, if you can get on a podcast as a coach, or if you can write on Twitter every single day, both those things, they're not as important as short form or long form, but they do help to, like I say, amplify your authority, make you seem even more credible than you already are. So now let's move on to phase 2, which is the nurturing rule. And I'll get there. So there you go. Mason nurtures his leads and gets them into a buying state by following what Google calls the 7-11-4 rule, which simply states you need 7 hours of engagement across 11 touch points on 4 different locations. So for example, 7 hours of engagement is just, I watch 7 hours of your content across 11 different touch points. So that can be, I don't know, you see them once on Instagram, then you see like 3 Twitter posts, then you see them on a podcast, then you see 3 of their YouTube videos, and then you see like, I don't know, 3 TikTok videos, right? So that's constantly being everywhere across different touch points. And then that's on 4 different locations. So locations is just platforms, Twitter or X, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. He covers all of these things. Then you can also count ads into here as well. So he's already satisfied a lot of this rule through his organic content ecosystem that we've already spoke about in phase 1, giving people multiple locations and touch points to engage with him. Content is the main thing that will satisfy this, right? There's not really much else you can do other than maybe ads on different platforms will help satisfy this, but mainly content is the biggest thing that will help you reach the 7-11-4 rule. But he goes even further than this by using what I call the golden 3. He uses a free training funnel, he uses email nurturing sequences, and he uses automated webinar funnels. Now this is the golden 3 because you basically have everything here that you need. You have a funnel that collects their email that then allows you to nurture them through showing them some free training and then also showing them testimonials. You can then nurture them and use follow-up sequences once you've collected their email. And then you can also run weekly webinars to collect any leads that haven't yet gone through the free training funnel or the emails, get them into your world, provide them value, then get them on a call at the end of the webinar. And it just basically you're getting them on multiple different channels. And it also satisfies the 7-11-4 rule because free training, another touch point, another piece of value, email nurturing sequence, again, another location, automated webinar funnels, again, more touch points, more locations, more value. And then a webinar's like 60 minutes and 90 minutes. That's more content consumed of the 7-hour rule. So let's start with the free training funnel, probably the most important part. And I've not really spoken about this, but how does he actually get you to go from content or ads into this? And I've highlighted basically his bios. So YouTube, he just says, if you want to work with me directly to build your copywriting business, really simple call to action. If you want this result and you want me to help you do it, go here. Then again, you got the same thing. Learn AI copywriting here. Really simple. That's his kind of short form offer statement. Learn AI copywriting. And he's got that there. And then he's also got the same thing. Free training here, as well as DM me freelance where I'll have setters come in and speak to the people privately. So really simple links. No overcomplicated, no super fancy things. It's literally just, if you want this, go here. If you want this training, go here. If you want to learn this, go here. Now this can change if he's running a webinar, especially in Instagram. He will obviously link that as well. But it all leads back to the same thing, which is his high ticket program. You know, he's not got loads of super complicated things, just one program. And so let's look at the actual funnel that he uses. He starts with a simple VSL page positioned as free training. So it's just like, okay, private training for aspiring copywriters. 24-year-old millionaire reveals. Now I know that it's definitely taken from Iman Gadzhi's funnel. How my students are making 10 to 20k a month online with AI copywriting. Okay, so we've got a unique mechanism. We've also got a dream result and then some social proof. That's all you really need in a headline, is like a dream result and a unique mechanism. And how you can do the same with no experience, so breaking beliefs, or any marketing skills. So breaking major beliefs in the beginning, and then it's kind of like highlighting that there's going to be a free training. You click on it, you fill out this form where you give the name, email, and phone number. That's obviously then taken into some sort of software. I imagine it's something like Go High Level, or Close, some sort of CRM, and I've got way too thick a pen for writing there. Anyway, then it will go on to the actual free training, which obviously isn't a free training. It does give you value, but it's kind of at the end sells you on joining this program. And it says, yes, apply for coaching now after it, showing you some results. Once you click on that, you'll have to fill out a form to qualify you to make sure that you're actually a dedicated, high quality lead, someone that will actually learn from this. And at the same time, as you fill out this form, even more students making thousands as copywriters. So basically, he's highlighting even more social proof as he goes along. And this works so well. This whole funnel, this free training funnel works so well because first of all, it's super simple. I didn't write that down. It's so simple. Then it lowers the guard of the prospect by giving them free training. It's kind of similar to a webinar. It doesn't kind of feel salesy in the beginning if you don't already understand funnels and all of that. And then it collects the email so that prospect can be retargeted. This is so crucial because not only can they then be retargeted to get them back on a call, they can also be sent links for webinars, for YouTube videos. They can be sent links basically anywhere. You have control, you have full control over what the prospect does when you have their email, and you can just send them more and more emails to nurture them to eventually get them to book a call again. That's why it's so good. And then this also allows for continuous nurturing through social proof. So you can continuously hit them with, hey, this person did this. Hey, this person did this. Here's how you can do it too. And that's obviously going to continue to satisfy Google's 7-11-4 rule, which is so crucial in this system, and also going to continue to get them into your world and then take them from a warm lead or kind of nearly a warm lead to a super hot lead, someone who's very close to buying. Then he runs his daily email system. So if you don't have email as a coach and you're not posting basically every day or at least like 3 times a week with email, you're missing out on a lot of opportunity because it's something that you can control, right? Email is not like content where you can't control who sees it. If you have people on an email list, you literally are controlling that traffic, and the more people you get on it, the more traffic that just belongs to you completely. And that's why it is so crucial, because if, let's say, 50% of the people open it and you've got 10,000 people, then every single day 5,000 people are going to be getting value from you. And that's exactly why this is so crucial. And again, he fills that omnipresence rule. He's constantly everywhere by hitting them with like constant daily emails. And they're collected through either webinar signups, the free training funnel, or giving away lead magnets. And as you can see, multiple emails a day. If not on this day, 4 emails, 3 emails, 4 emails, 2 emails, 1, and you can see that he's constantly hitting you. And now obviously if you're signing up for his webinar like I did, you're going to get more emails. So multiple emails a day, either storytelling, social proof, or value-based. Now actually looking into what Mason does, he says that you can use AI to become a copywriter. You can. So if you're a coach, you can either hire somebody, or you can just find like, I don't know, 10 other successful emails, find some copywriting principles and put them into something like Poppy AI or Claude or ChatGPT and ask them to rewrite it in your tone or language, and then it'll be pretty much done, right? Like one of my clients that I work with, he has an AI copywriter that basically does all his work completely for him. He doesn't need to hire a copywriter for VSLs, anything like that, and he just uses a simple GPT and then puts it into Claude afterwards. So you can basically learn copywriting now with AI, and this just fills the omnipresence rule like we spoke about. So moving on to killer webinar funnels, and this system links to both phase 2 and 3, because even if the prospect doesn't buy, they'll still be nurtured even further and value will be provided. So he runs automated or sometimes live funnels that are roughly 60 to 90 minutes. And this is one of the biggest things that he did to print back in the day. He made millions using this webinar funnel and automated weekly webinar funnels. And I know that because Ben Bader, his best friend and also one of the guys behind that success, has spoke about it. I'm inside of his program, so I know that it works. And he runs them less now due to what is called stimuli entropy. And I don't know if I've butchered that word. I can never say it right. But basically, this is when over time, if someone sees a stimuli, a certain object, a certain thing, so many times, eventually they're going to get bored of it. Eventually, they're going to not want to see it. Basically, it's kind of like the idea that if I keep giving you dopamine edited content, you're eventually going to get bored of it and you're going to want more raw and authentic value. So he's kind of stopped doing them and then switched the free training funnel with the occasional webinar here and there. And he first gets them to sign up, then he gets them to show up, then he gets them to book a call. That's the 3-step system that you need for a webinar if you're running high ticket. If you're running mid ticket, then it's more simple. It's just sign up, show up, buy on the call. Whereas if it's booking a call to then come into high ticket, get them on with a closer, then it's get them to sign up, get them to show up, get them to book a call. That's all the goal of the webinar does. And so I want to show you an example of a recent webinar that Mason ran that I attended, and you can see it's all about AI. So first, the page is obviously kind of font makes it feel like AI. That's the whole point. Really, really simple. Free live training, make an extra income online by selling AI-based marketing services to businesses. Save your free seat. Here's when it is. What you'll learn, who the host is and why you should listen to them, who this free class is for, and social proof. That's all you need in a webinar funnel sales page. That's literally it. You need the headline saying what they're going to get. Then you need what the class is like actually about. Then you need the host and who actually runs it. Then you need who is the free class for. In fact, I've seen people not even use this, but this could be added, like saying, okay, who is this for, qualifying them, and then what past attendees of this free class have gone to do. So like basically more social proof. That's really all you need, is what you'll get and social proof proving that it's worth showing up. And having a good page like this will increase show up rates. Then you just have a simple link where you put in your name, email address, phone number. This is hosted on Webinar Jam. So as you can see, actually, I don't know if it's there. It's not there. Basically, this link is integrated through Webinar Jam, and you can integrate that through your funnels. And then you have a second page where he says like step 1, check your email in the next 90 seconds. That will just send something to confirm that you're coming for the email. Spend a couple of minutes watching my TikTok to understand how this opportunity works. This is just basically for people that don't actually know how it works. Explain it, send them to get more content. Again, 7-11-4 rule is satisfying that. Then save the link below. So this is the actual link, as you can see, on Webinar Jam. jam they're going to use to go onto the webinar. And then you have checking out the YouTube channel again, fulfilling the 7-11-4 rule, and then again fulfilling the 7-11-4 rule. This is the whole idea of this content. And again, you can see that here, he's just giving you a video explaining what this is about. Then if they don't show up, or even if they do show up, they've got a full follow-up sequence, which I will show you here on his emails. As you can see, like reminder, 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 webinar alert, about to start, missed the free class. So basically constant reminders via email. That's why collecting the email is so important, to get them to show up. And this is obviously going to increase show up rates. And then once they attend the webinar, the whole goal is to get them on the call. And if they don't get on the call through the webinar, again, using the same follow-up sequence, giving them more and more value and saying like, okay, here's what you missed. And then they do this specifically in the webinar through storytelling, showing social proof, providing real value, like actually giving them something to take away, then adding a bit of urgency and scarcity, like 20 spots remaining, or, you know, something like that, which a lot of the time can be fake. So don't fake it. I don't really agree with that, but that's how it is. That's just how a lot of people do it. Just a real quick note, if you want some more help implementing these systems into your business and have someone do it completely for you, then just click the first link in the description. You'll find a free discovery call where I can go up how we can help you and how it would work for you. And that moves on to phase 3, probably the most important phase of this whole system, conversion catalyst. He converts these leads into high-paying clients using what I call the big 3 sales. Now, I got this from Ben Bader inside his private community, who is the person behind all of Mason's success. He's like the growth operator, although we don't like that word, and behind Mason's success. These are the big 3 things. First, you want to sell the business model, then you want to authority build, and then you want to use belief transformation. These 3 systems need to be used throughout your messaging, throughout your content, funnels, emails, making them believe that your business model is the right business model for them, making them believe that you're an authority with a lot of social proof, and then also making them believe in themselves that they can go from point A to point B just like you did. So let's start with step 1, which is selling the business model. So to do this, throughout his content, throughout his funnels, throughout his emails, Cardinal Mason positions AI copywriting, this unique thing, as an advantage, not a threat. So he says this is the biggest thing that you can take advantage of in 2025. And this, like I've highlighted here, this is a unique thing, right? So it's not just copywriting. It's not just copywriting, email copywriting. It's not just VSL copywriting. It's not just copywriting for info products. It's AI copywriting for businesses, using AI to speed up your copywriting time and making it basically very easy. And he also likes to show you why now is the perfect time, why you should get in now on copywriting before other people find out about it or things like that. He positions copywriting as the new gold rush. This is the new opportunity that we have to make money online, and if you don't take advantage of it, then you're going to miss out. And he shows the exact frameworks that he uses to do that. He shows social proof, testimonials, the steps that he took to get there. Then he moves on to step 2, which is authority building. So like I said just before, using social proof strategically. So always putting in different points of how this person did this on stories, in YouTube videos, basically everywhere. He says, this person got this result, you can too. And like that's basically showcasing student results. I don't know why I repeated myself. And he also leverages third-party credibility. So he'll do things like how this person did this, how Iman Gadzhi made millions with copywriting is one of his videos, for example. So leveraging other people, kind of like what I'm doing now. If you don't have major social proof as a coach right now, like use this a lot. Like this is how I signed my first few clients. It's exactly by leveraging third-party credibility. And then you've got step 3, which is belief transformation. This is where you change their identity. So for example, Mason says things like, you can become a high-paid copywriter with AI. So that's changing their identity. It's like, okay, yeah, I could become this. I am going to be a high-paid copywriter. I'm going to be an AI copywriter. It's giving them something unique to identify with, which is one of the kind of basic rules of building a cult-like following from the book How to Start a Cult, which sounds bad, but it's actually good. It's about just growing your brand online. He also removes limiting beliefs. So he uses relatable stories to break them down. Why your current beliefs aren't actually what you think they are. And then he creates new possibilities. So he shows student results. He shows his lifestyle. He's like, if I can do it, you can do it too. And having these 3 things allows him to transform beliefs, which is one of the most important parts to coaching as a whole. Like I've said throughout this video, is selling them on the beliefs. And you can have the business model. They can be sold on the business model. They can be sold on you as the authority, but they might not be sold on themselves actually achieving the result. If they can't see themselves getting that result that you're promising, they're probably not going to buy. And this is why having belief transformation is so important. And it's the same kind of thing, whereas if you have just selling the business model and belief transformation, but you have no authority, you have no credibility, you're probably not going to sell. Same thing with if you have some authority, but they don't believe in your business model, because like I don't believe in AI copywriting as a business model, I'm not going to buy from him. So you really need all 3 of these things to really tick off the conversion catalyst and satisfy what you call the big 3 sales. So now whenever you do anything as a coach, info seller, creator, whatever you are, always focus on these things. Just think, is this satisfying the big 3 sales? Is my VSL satisfying the big 3 three sales? Is my email satisfying the big three sales? Or is my sequence satisfying the big three sales? So try and focus purely on those three things, and that will get you very, very far. So now I want to move on to some key takeaways. I like to do this at the end of every single video. And this is probably the most important parts of this video because, like, okay, here's what I've actually learned. Like I've just said, one of the most important takeaways from this video is sell the big three and literally everything. But another one is omnipresence is the key to scaling. Let's say you're currently on YouTube and you've grown a decent YouTube audience. Well, if you want to scale, the next best step is to move to short form, is to move to high quality, value, authentic Instagram videos. And then let's say you want to scale even further, then you might want to move to Twitter. You might want to start going on podcasts. You might want to make a second channel and get more views, or make a second channel that's more raw and authentic. Basically, the key to scaling is to be everywhere. Or it might even be running ads, right? It might be running ads on Instagram. But if you're already running ads on Instagram and you've got a YouTube channel, maybe you want to run retargeting ads on YouTube, or you want to run ads on Google. Like, you have to be everywhere. The key to scaling is literally satisfying the 7-11-4 rule. That's the key to scaling from Google themselves. And if they've said it, you probably should do it. Value provided and story selling are the two most important factors to growing a coaching biz, as well as obviously the three big sales, but actually giving away value and also story selling. So you can kind of give away ghost value by saying, I got here and I was here and I got here through this thing. And that gives away value because, like, oh, I can do that too. That shifts beliefs. And then webinars are a super easy way to print with mid or high ticket or both. I mean, that's how Cardinal Mason printed in the beginning, is using webinars. They are by far not dead. And you need a unique mechanism. I don't care what it is. If it's a load of bullshit, use a unique mechanism. Now, it doesn't have to be bullshit. It can be like you genuinely think that this is the unique way of doing things. You know, that's fine. But you need something unique that separates you from the crowd. So, for example, mine is just I use the golden free method. That's my unique method. I have a friend that uses the audience to asset flywheel unique method. Right? It's all basically the same thing, but you need a unique name for it. That's so important. That summarizes the key takeaways. I've also created a free document vault in the description, which has got like VSL scripts, email templates, educational content frameworks that you can literally take as an info seller, implement, and you should be able to make money straight away with them. And that'll be the second link in the description if you want to get instant access. Literally all you have to give me is your email and that's it. And you can get all these templates that I've got from thousands and thousands of dollars of coaching and courses and all of that. And also, like I said before, if you do want help implementing these systems into your business, they're completely done for you so you can focus on the content and ad side of things, then just check out the first link in the description where we can go onto a free discovery call and see if what we do will be a fit for you.